I'm telling you, if me and Kelley were in those meetings, I feel like that we could have made a difference. Because reading all of this that went on over the last couple of years, I mean, it's
just a level-headed common sense.
It isn't that hard.
Yeah, it's not rocket science.
It isn't.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like, golly, man, it would have been. It just seems like this was completely avoidable.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is no longer holding back, and his latest comments have put NASCAR squarely under the spotlight. As the antitrust lawsuit involving 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports continues to grow, one of the sport's most trusted voices is openly questioning how NASCAR allowed the situation to spiral this far. Dale Jr. isn't just frustrated. He's warning that the fallout could reshape the sport in ways fans aren't prepared for, and what he's saying now has everyone paying attention. The lawsuit itself accuses NASCAR of monopolistic practices, including controlling most Cup Series racetracks and enforcing exclusivity agreements that prevent viable competitors from emerging. It also targets the controversial charter agreement from 2024, which the plaintiffs argue was forced on them under duress. Before the courtroom doors even opened, internal messages from NASCAR executives were leaked, revealing deeply troubling sentiments. Among the most jarring was a text from NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps referring to veteran team owner Richard Childress as a stupid redneck and suggesting he should be taken out back and flogged. These comments ignited widespread outrage across the industry. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who has a personal and professional bond with Childress through his father Dale Sr.'s legendary career, didn't mince words in his reaction. On his podcast, the Dale Jr. Download, he said, "I was very disappointed in some of the comments made about individuals in the sport, particularly Richard Childress, a guy that's just done so much. I know there's a lot of different opinions about Richard out there in the fan base, but I know what this guy's sacrificed and how much he's invested himself and his life into the sport. I would like to figure out whatever it is, whether it's repercussions, that just can't go unanswered." These sentiments echo the broader disillusionment within the NASCAR community as the trial exposes a rift between team ownership and NASCAR leadership. For Dale Jr., the situation represents a massive leadership failure. He believes that the dispute could have easily been resolved with common sense, mutual respect, and a willingness to compromise. Give the teams more money per year. Give them something that they're very happy about. Set a spending cost limit, and then sign. Do not make the charters permanent, but sign a deal where it's long-term and it's a percentage of whatever the TV deal is. I don't know why that didn't happen. I'm sure NASCAR had a purpose or reason, but I don't know what it might be. He continued, "What I would want NASCAR owner Jim France to do is to be able to compromise and be able to get to a good middle ground with the teams. From what I've read in these court records and so forth, he's been pretty stubborn. I'm telling you, if me and Kelley were in those meetings, I feel like that we could have made a difference, because reading all this ST that went on over the last couple of years, it isn't that F-king hard. It isn't. It just seems like this was completely avoidable."
I'm telling you, if me and Kelley were in those meetings, I feel like that we could have made a difference. Because reading all of this that went on over the last couple of years, I mean, it's
just a level-headed common sense.
It isn't that hard.
Yeah, it's not rocket science.
It isn't.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like, golly, man, it would have been, it just seems like this was completely avoidable.
Dale Jr. isn't alone in his concerns. Kelley Earnhardt Miller, his sister and co-owner at JR Motorsports, also voiced her disappointment. "I know from the very beginning I'm sad that this is the position the sport is in, and I'm sad for the sport and the fans and all the people that have supported NASCAR and been a fan all these years for us to get to this point. The things that have come out, I can't believe that either side would want to come out if they knew all that." Both Earnhardts emphasized the emotional toll this lawsuit is taking on the entire racing community. Their voices underscore a sentiment that is now shared widely. The legal proceedings may leave permanent scars on NASCAR's image and internal cohesion. In addition to questioning the tone and tactics of NASCAR leadership, Dale Jr. has expressed deep concern over the demand for NASCAR to sell its racetracks. This specific aspect of the lawsuit, he warns, could be catastrophic. "There's been a point made about NASCAR owning the racetracks. I don't know that 2311 wants NASCAR to sell their tracks. I'm hoping that's not really what they're asking. His fear is grounded in the harsh economic realities of the modern racing industry. It's kind of got to be a be careful what you wish for kind of thing because, number one, no one's building racetracks. Building a racetrack today is not a financial success. Running a racetrack today is not a lucrative operation. He continued with a grim prediction. If NASCAR and Marcus don't own these racetracks, who does? They're going to turn into development. They're going to be turned into Amazon centers. They won't be racetracks. What will happen is, in 10 years, we'll be racing on a bunch of street courses and road courses, no shot. So everybody kind of be careful around that because as unique as it is, we need NASCAR to own the tracks they own because it's really a lost or dying sort of business model. This perspective underscores the complexity of the case. While 2311 and Front Row argue for fairness and anti-monopolistic reforms, the unintended consequences of their demands could ultimately jeopardize the sport's infrastructure. Monday's courtroom session featured economist Edward Snyder, who reinforced these concerns by outlining how NASCAR's practices potentially violate antitrust law. Teams don't have anywhere else to sell their services. Snyder pointed to NASCAR's control over car manufacturing, track ownership, and media deals as factors that stifle competition and innovation. Yet, Dale Jr.'s primary concern remains the well-being and future of the sport. His nuanced stance acknowledges valid points on both sides, but also the profound danger of allowing these disagreements to spiral into public warfare. I will say that I'm extremely disappointed that we are in this position, and I don't see how any of this is helping us as a sport. So I'm kind of frustrated at both sides. But I also feel like I can agree with certain aspects of both sides' argument. That frustration is shared by Judge Kenneth Bell, who warned that dragging the issue through the courts could be financially and emotionally ruinous for all involved. It's hard to picture a winner if this goes to the mat, or to the flag, in this case. It scares me to death to think about what all this is costing. Dale Jr. has always been seen as a bridge between NASCAR's traditionalist past and its hopeful future. His candid criticism serves not to inflame, but to illuminate the path forward. Whether or not NASCAR and the plaintiffs will heed his advice remains to be seen, but one thing is clear, the current trajectory is unsustainable. As the trial continues, Dale Earnhardt Jr. stands as a voice of reason, compassion, and hard-earned wisdom. He isn't just lamenting the state of NASCAR, he's offering solutions. His call for compromise, transparency, and shared vision could be the key to salvaging a sport teetering on the edge of division. This lawsuit, with all its headlines and harsh rhetoric, may yet become a turning point, but only if the sports leaders listen to the voices that truly understand what NASCAR means to its people, none louder or more credible than Dale Earnhardt Jr. The coming weeks will likely determine the future direction of stock car racing in America. The decisions made in and out of court could establish precedents on how power and profits are shared within the sport. Dale Jr.'s passionate plea serves as a reminder that NASCAR's identity is shaped not just by the races it hosts, but by the trust it earns from fans, teams, and legends like him.